What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most important NYCFC talk show. You guys are hanging with the dudes in blue. Happy Thursday night. It's episode number 98, as my calculation tells me. I'm your host, Joe Amato, and alongside me, as always,
Antonino.
Antonino. It's official.
Oh, so awesome. So awesome.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it. Well, guys, as people start rolling in here, it's episode 98. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live. If you're watching live, if you're listening on the podcast, thanks for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. It's like I said, episode 98, dude. We're 2 away from 100. Hard to believe that it's coming up.
Yeah. The century mark. The 100 caps, baby. 100 caps.
Yes. Right off the bat, let's say hi to Paul. What's going on, Paul? Roddy
What's up,
Russell
Paul?
coming in, our fact checker extraordinaire, coming in hot. We got Steven Berg saying hi. Amanda, what's going on? Good to see all the familiar faces here this Thursday evening. Coco, how are you? Welcome back. She's not going to miss one again, I bet, if after that tweet that she sent out. We got Michael saying, hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining us. Start smashing that like button. Share this video with any of your NYCFC friends. We've got an awesome game to talk about here. Last night, NYCFC absolutely destroyed, picked apart Real Salt Lake in the Bronx. It was a very nice homecoming for us, dude. How do you feel?
Yesterday was unbelievable from top to bottom. I mean, listen, for me personally, the stuff that happened to us off the field was just absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen so many people come up to us and just, say they're fans and they enjoy the show, and snapping pictures with people and things like that. So, that for me was what made yesterday super special. But I mean, when you're talking about the game, dude, I mean, you called it. You got that that Nostramato going on there.
That's it.
It's just unbelievable. I can't remember another game where they played that well.
It's definitely been a while. It's been a while since they've put up a 4 spot, even from what I can remember, dude. I mean, it's been a really, really long time. From minute 1, dude, when, like the second minute of the game, I think it was Maxi put a ball over the top where, Birgit almost had an opportunity within the opening seconds of the game, it felt like. And from then on, it was just, the ball just stayed in in Real Salt Lake's third, and it's just that's the NYCFC that we want to see. That rhymes a little bit. Real quick, let's just say hi. We got Daniel coming in. What's going on, buddy? Thanks so much for joining us. Kerry is a first-timer, finally made a live show. You guys are great. Thanks so much, Kerry, for watching. We really do appreciate it. John made it. John was a very funny a tweet sent out about his kids. I'm glad you got your kids to sleep in time for this. I think my little guy's still running around the house, and I'm a little nervous about him barging in one day. It's gonna happen. One day he's just gonna come in blasting through on the show screaming bloody murder. Anyway, so March of last year, according to Daniel, was the last 4-goal game against DC United, and that was our home opener. So did we not put up a 4 spot at all last year?
I don't think we did.
Can somebody, Roddy Russell, we're going to need you on this one, buddy. Did we score 4 goals or more in a match last? I know we didn't score more than 4, because I would remember a 5. But yeah, this was, dude, a completely dominating performance. Again, minus David Villa, minus Alex Ring for the most part. Just unbelievable. Just a fun game. We're going to get into the details, and we're going to get into the players and things like that, guys. But yeah, it was just incredibly exciting. Oh, it's also Stephen Bell. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by yesterday and chatting with us for a little bit, Stephen. Stephen says it was the first win against Salt Lake, which I believe is 100% correct. So This is a pretty monumental game. 3rd clean sheet for Sean Johnson, right? It's
Listen,
dude,
impressive all the way around.
A lot of things going on in this game. So I guess let's start from the back, because that's kind of what Patrick Vieira likes to do, right? Let's start with the back. Sean Johnson, a couple of good saves. So he definitely held his own that match.
He looks bigger than ever.
Yeah.
He not size wise, but when you're coming out and taking away the angles, you end up looking twice as big. And he has not looked bigger than he has this year. He's gotten in people's faces. He's made himself tremendously large. Yesterday, there's a shot right off of his chest. He was right
Point
there.
blank.
I mean, that was ripe to go in. And his hands are sure. Remember last year that one shot got away from him a little bit, and they ended up, I forget, maybe it was against Columbus. They ended up just putting it in because he couldn't hold the rebound. His hands are like, he's got like stickum on there. He's just ready to go. If you have somebody that solid in the back, it just makes the rest of the game so much easier.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, there's a couple of comments coming in. We do have to give props to Maxime Chanot. Steven is saying it. Paul is saying it. And Amanda is saying it. That one play towards the end of the match where it was essentially, I think it was like a 4-on-1 or a 4-on-2 where pretty much it would have been a point-blank shot, but whoever it was on RSL opted for a header. Should have blasted that. That was honestly their mistake. But, dude, you got Maxime Chanot coming out of nowhere and just booting the ball out. Crowd goes insane, keeping the clean sheet late in the game.
Yeah.
Maxime Chanot had a fantastic game.
But when's the last? We say it all the time. It's like it's nothing new.
Yeah,
it's really nothing new. He's created a standard for defensive back. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible. Just game after game. Collins had a good game. Interesting to see him subbed out for Ibiaga. I was actually a little interested in that. We might talk about that in a little while, but I was actually surprised to see him out. So other than the red card, this was the first time he's been pulled out of a game during the game.
Yeah, impressive. I think for me that one makes a little bit of sense when you kind of think into the rest of the week.
Sure.
You've got a team with a great attack playing on Sunday.
In their stadium.
Ibiaga is clearly the number 3 choice or the number 2 backup if you want to, yeah, exactly. So I think it was smart to get him minutes because he might have to be subbed in if you're going to park the bus or if you want to go defensive. So you want to get him minutes to keep him fresh because, I mean, this team hasn't played in a week and a half, so everybody's a little bit, little over-rested if you want. You're never sure what happens. So taking off Collins, he's going to get rested for Sunday, so he's got a couple minutes off of his legs. He's an Iron Man. He could play nonstop until his legs fall off. I mean, he's unbelievable. So for me, I think if that's the reason, then kudos to Patrick Vieira for seeing that because sometimes when you're in the moment and you're in a game like that, little things like that get away from you, and it's things like that can make a big difference on Sunday.
No, for sure. Let's hop over. Let me just pick up a couple of comments here. Roddy Russell is saying Collins needed the rest for Sunday. 3,585 consecutive regular season minutes. Kind of sad to see that record has now got to be reset, but alas, I guess all things must come to an end, right? Just a couple of notes as well. John had said, where's that comment? There it is. Can we also say how awesome and representative of the city it is that all 11 starters were from 11 different countries? That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't stress enough how well this team played last night. Kudos to they were gelling. Our outside backs, Tinnerholm and Matarrita. Matarrita was having fun last night. That dude was just like smiles galore. Dude, that one shot that he had to crack the crossbar, dude, like holy crap.
Yeah, you can't hit it much better than that. I mean, it had the dip about 3/4 of the way through. It started going down and just rung off the woodwork. So he had a great game. The question now it brings to my mind is, what are we doing with Ben Sweat?
Well, see, here's the thing. I think we're saying hi to Joe. Joe is saying, wish that volley went in. Yes, we all definitely do.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. What do we do with Ben Sweat? Dude, you still cannot discount Ben Sweat. We still cannot discount his involvement in the first 4 matches of the season. And so you can't discount him as and I don't want to even say a substitute for Matarrita, dude. He's an equal to Matarrita in a lot of different respects, right? So when he gets forward, offensive chances get created. When Matarrita gets forward, offensive chances get created. I think Ben Sweat probably maybe on defense doesn't have Matarrita beat, but I think he makes up for that in his offense. So I think they're pretty much equal, dude. So what do you do with them? I don't know. I think you, dude, to have the option, I think is big enough.
Yeah, and that could be said for a lot of the depth on this team. I mean, look what we did without our captain and without our best
Ringleader.
midfielder. It's unbelievable. So the depth on this team is just outrageous.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is a funny comment from Amanda. This is referring to Matarrita. She says, I have his jersey. Every time I've worn it for a game, he got injured. I did not touch it last night. Don't ever again.
Yeah, put that in the freezer or something.
Thank you,
Keep
Amanda.
it far away.
Oh man, that's really really funny. Roddy Russell is saying that he did not write it in his after facts tweet. It's a Dudes in Blue exclusive. Thanks, Roddy. 6 games undefeated, which is a new record for NYCFC. It's just a beautiful thing. Going along with right along with the midfield, dude, dominated, absolutely dominated. Yangel Herrera had a fantastic game. Maxi Morales was a monster. That match justified the DP slot for me if I had to narrow it down to a match that did that. And then Ebenezer Afori stepping up, dude, picking up his first goal. Dude, it's just what more do you want?
It's hard to come up with an answer for that. I mean, you saw goals from anybody and everybody yesterday. It was unbelievable. And the midfield play, Herrera was one of the more quiet ones, but did a lot of good things that if you really paid attention to his play, you noticed it. His keep away play, I mean, just keeping the ball away from people was unbelievable. And he was doing it with a little bit of style. He was able to stifle some counterattacks that were starting in the RSL end. So for me, he had a really, really solid game where he usually does he's like 1 or 2 really good things and 1 or 2 really bad things, and they end up evening out. This was more of like he did a lot of little good things and nothing really boneheaded. So that as good.
He really did have a pretty solid game. I'm just looking up the stats here on. I think he was definitely more of a defensive. Made 5 tackles, 4 interceptions. Had a really good defensive game. So listen, if between him and Afori making up for Alex Ring's defensive prowess, I'm totally good with that. He had a fantastic game, and then moving right along to the forwards, dude, you had Tajuri Shradi, you had Jesus Medina, and you had Yoinga Birgit, and 2 of our forwards were able to pick up goals, and Medina was involved in 2 of them. So our forwards were on point last night, and kudos number 1 to Ishmael Tajuri Shradi for still having 100% shot on target goal percentage.
Yeah, 4 for 4.
Right? And big congratulations finally to Yoinga Birgit, who finally showed his ability last night to get in behind the defense, put up some chances, and put up his first goal for NYCFC.
Yeah, we said it. You have to be patient. Well, I said it at least. I don't know about you, but you've got to be patient. It was more you. And you've got to be. Everything now is instant gratification. Where everywhere you go, you can get everything like that. And when a guy who didn't have a preseason, who's in his 3rd game, he's just getting warmed up, he's getting ready, he's getting used to everybody. You see what he can do. And I'll tell you what, if his teammates get a little more acclimated to him, he's going to score a lot more goals. Because you and I noticed it yesterday. He makes a lot of runs and breaks away from the defense.
Yes.
When a pass would set him off completely, that nobody even sees him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dude, I mean, we're definitely jumping ahead to the 3rd goal of the match here, but that run that he had just wound up getting between 2 defenders. Fortunately, Medina put just enough of a touch on the ball to get it right on his feet. And even right within the first couple of minutes of the game, that ball over the top that he just kind of snuck in behind that defense. Now, granted, you were talking about a very, very leaky RSL defense, right? So we haven't really seen what he can do against tougher defenses in the league. But the runs that he made last night were certainly a very promising piece. I think you made one of your notes to me earlier today was that he now, I mean, just after that one performance, I've had to just base it on that, was definitely a good substitute if you got to take David Villa off and rest his legs.
Not only that, but you don't necessarily have to just do that as like a 1-for-1 swap. You can actually put him in for a midfielder if you need the extra offense.
Sure.
And he can team up with Villa up at the top because, listen, 2 guys making runs, somebody's going to be open. And as long as the midfield ends up clicking and figures out how to get those guys the ball, it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Just got to give it
absolutely.
time. Just got to give it time.
Absolutely. I'm just I don't want to switch gears and go too negative here, but the one thing that I did kind of pick out last night, which happened a couple times, was when RSL was attacking up the wings, there was always an open RSL attacker at the far post. So I think defensively, and listen, that could just be. I'm trying to remember if it was. No, I think it was actually on Tinnerholm's side. I think both of them actually should have been able to pick up that man, but that made me a little bit nervous. They had a little bit too much space at that back post at times.
The same thing can be said for the New England game. There was a lot of that going on. There was
Sure.
a lot of open guy on the far side of the field, and I think that just comes with playing the zonal defense. You're trying to eliminate the high percentage areas where things can go wrong, and you really do have to be careful because people can sneak in very, very easily. It's got to be a little bit more spread out for me.
No, that again. If I had to pick out something, that would be the one thing to pick apart. Because other than that, dude, flawless match, right? Let's throw up the stats here, dude. Because I'm a numbers guy and I like visualizing this. NYCFC outshot RSL 26-11. Okay. Blocked 6 shots, had 12 corners to 4, 21 crosses to 11. We did foul them 13-6. Possession 64% to 36, 85% passing accuracy. Dude, this was just a dominating game. Overall.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just the numbers don't lie. I mean, right there.
Christian is saying that NYCFC committed a lot of guys forward, and while that's true, I didn't feel like we had a defensive lapse at all. I still felt like despite going forward and everybody getting involved in the attack just about, you even saw Chanot getting up pretty far forward. I didn't feel that we had that lapse other than those couple of opportunities at the back post.
Right. And then another thing for me that that game felt like it went by fairly quickly because the play was constantly moving, which was really good. We didn't tend to have too many resets that I can think of where we had to go all the way back to Sean from, being past the midfield, past the center line. It was a lot of very high up. They weren't pressing very, very high. So we had opportunity to get it deeper. And I mean, when you don't have to do that, the game just kind of rolls on you. Sometimes the game feel like it stops when you keep going back to the keeper. This was a great game for that. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
It's interesting, too, because RSL really didn't press us. So I have a feeling like we're going to see a very different opponent on Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see. We obviously know what NYCFC can do when they have space and not being pressed, right? The ball doesn't wind up back at Sean Johnson's feet, surprisingly. But now we're going to have to see what happens in a team like Atlanta where they're very, very fast. They're very, very fast on transition. And they're going to try to exploit our weakness at home in front of potentially 60, 70,000 people.
Yeah, not an easy game by any means. And this is definitely one of those first measuring sticks of the season. This is where you see what the first 6 games where the hard work is guiding you. And if you keep it close, good. If you win, great. If you don't and get blown out, then okay, well, some things have to be shifted around and moved. So it's really exciting nonetheless. I mean, it's 2 great teams, 2 of the better teams in the league going up against each other.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's definitely going to be a good matchup. Like I said, definitely a measuring stick for us. Norman is saying Atlanta will press high like New England. I think Atlanta's going to play a little better than New England because New England should have won that match against us, and they kind of screwed the pooch in that match. I don't think Atlanta is going to drop that many chances the way New England did. So, dude, let's talk a little bit about the goals. So, first goal, Anton Tinnerholm involved, running up the wing, cuts the ball back inside, deflects off of a defender, right onto Tajuri Shradi's foot at the top of the 18. Dude, what a finish. Can we smash the like button for Ismail Tajuri's left-footed super strike?
His shots are like silky. Like, I feel like they don't even make noise. Like, he hits it so cleanly and so perfectly. and they just float right where they're supposed to go. He's really, really talented.
Incredibly accurate. Paul is saying beautiful curler.
Yeah.
That was like a Jack-ish goal, wasn't it?
I don't know. I feel like Jack's goals are more. There's more build up to Jack's goals. Like he builds up the play
But
down
the
the
top of the
side,
box, left
cuts,
foot,
and
curling
then
it into the
yeah.
far post.
This was more like it looked like a free kick that was being taken because he had so much time.
It's right.
He had time
Romano
to
didn't even move.
set up. Not even close. I mean, when you're allotted that much time in the box, you really have to make other teams pay, and he has no problem doing that because on that side of the field, I mean, with a left-footed shot like that, you're very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, we've actually no, I think most of his goals have come from that left foot, which is not necessarily surprising, but again, he was in the right place, right time, and to be able to have the composure to finish that the way that he did, it was an absolute beast. Christian is saying it's is an absolute animal, super involved in everything. Dude, I wasn't completely sold on him the first couple appearances that we had, but now that the players are getting into their groove and getting acclimated to each other 5-6 matches in, we look like the most dangerous squad in the league right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
David is saying goalie didn't even move on Tajori's shot, not even close. And what's up, David? Thanks so much for stopping by to us. I hope you watched our view from the blue, David, because you made a really good cameo, gave a really good hot take of the first half. So thanks for stopping by and saying hello to us last night. Let's talk about goal number 2 for Senor Morales. Picks up a penalty. In my honest opinion, dude, kind of a soft penalty. You look at the replay a couple times, didn't make a tremendous amount of contact, but there was contact enough for Mark Geiger. He was right there in front of him. Maxi smart enough goes down. How many times have we talked about this, dude? Get Maxi Morales in the box, and if he feels contact, go down, get the penalty, and score.
Listen, and it's not just for him, for anybody. Keep your feet moving. Don't stop. Don't stand still. Keep moving. Yep. Someone is going to take you down, or they're going to challenge you. You're either going to. It's like a no lose situation. You're going to find space, take a shot. You're going to get fouled, and you're going to get a penalty, or you're going to create a chance for someone else. You're very seldom going to lose the ball if you try to hold it and keep your feet moving. It's hard to stop you.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, dude, I will take those goals any day. And honestly, dude, if somebody's gonna do it, let it be the smallest guy on the field. Let it be Maxi to be the guy to get in the box, get into the tight spaces. Because listen, and again, this is nothing bad against him. When you're of that stature and you're around 3 or 4 defenders that are 6-8 inches taller than you, you can draw contact. That's a good thing.
Yeah, listen, play to your advantage. You're not cheating. I mean, you're not you're not faking it. You're trying to win a game. You're trying to win a goal, and if that's one of the ways you can win one, why not?
That's it. Absolutely. Christian is saying Maxi has been the best player this season. The entire team runs through him, and dude, there's a lot of truth to that because we saw Maxi last year. And that's what they wanted to do. They wanted Maxi to be the player, the go-through guy. And he just couldn't get it done. Interestingly enough, I mean, there's only a couple of players that have changed around him, but this year there's something happening where the guys that he has around him, it's magic. It's
when you have competent people who have the talent and the ability to put it all together and finish, that's what it comes down to. So much of what the aside from the forwards, the midfielders and the defenders, all their game is president on what the guys in front of them do. The defense is only as good as what the guys in front of them do, and the offense from the midfield, it's the same way all the way up the ladder. You all getting the ball forward, and it works the way backwards the same way. So if your forwards are having a great game, your midfielders have to be having a good game because they're getting them the ball. And then the same thing with the defense. The defense is getting the midfield the ball. So everything, it's like a well-oiled machine right now, and it just keeps going.
Yeah, keep the momentum up. I think, Maxi, just to talk a little bit about him a little bit more about last night. I mean, not only was he involved offensively, but how many times did you see him drop back and kind of be that holding guy?
Even when it was 4-0.
Yeah.
Running 60 yards, no problem. He just into it. listen, sometimes when you have a good game, you get that little bit of boost, a little pep in your step. You know what I mean? But just he was literally everywhere, all over the field yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Moving right along, dude. Let's we talked a little bit about Yoinga Birgit's first goal. Nice play, and again, another play out of the midfield. Ball Medina barely gets his foot on the ball, lays it off to Yoinga Birgit, and did he not make that shot look like cake, like absolute
Look
butter?
like he bowled it in. Like he just bowled it in with his he just rolled it right in.
He's like,
And
I'll
be
put it right
honest,
there. I'm just gonna put it right there.
I got a little nervous because it didn't look like it was going in. I was like, this ball's gonna roll to the right of the post, and I'm just gonna be done. I'm not even not gonna happen. But just calm, cool, and to be able to pick out your spot like that, and with that so much finesse on it, it's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're going full speed and you got the world of supporters that are judging you right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. No pressure.
But good for him. The pressure's off now. He had a really good game, much better than the first two.
Absolutely.
I think if he continued to play like this, I don't think we're going to have a problem with him. I think he's going to be just fine. He'll probably end up racking up between 5 and 10 goals somewhere like that, which is not bad for a player coming in off the bench.
No.
And I'm just ready to fear the beard.
Fear the beard. You can actually wear that now. Somebody commented earlier that you can actually wear that shirt proudly now. Christian is saying really composed finish, a great run too. Again, this is I think what we were expecting out of Birgit, and finally it just popped again. Like we talked about this a little bit earlier. Didn't really have a preseason, was injured, got thrown into a couple of matches because of David Villa's injuries, and maybe this is now him, just the culmination of all him getting healed and getting more time on the field, and finally showing us what we can do. Huh?
Healed and field, baby. Healed and field.
Healed and on the field. We're gonna talk about Ebenezer. We're gonna talk about his first goal as well, and while we're doing that, guys, leave your comments. I'm curious. What was your favorite goal last night? It's not too often where we have 4 to talk about. So I'm curious. Who was your favorite goal? Was it Maxi? Was it Schradi? Was it Birgit? Or was it Ofori? Let us know in the comments. Dude, good for Ofori, man. Once Ring came on, it was like Ofori could just do anything he wanted.
Yeah, pretty much. And he let it loose. That build-up play to that goal was unbelievable. Starting with Matarrita. I mean, the sombrero to get away from the defense and then come down the field. And Maxi again gets involved, gets in tight space and puts a beautiful cross in the middle of the box. And somebody's there for it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing. Another great team goal. And listen, it's what you want. You want to see soccer. This is like one of the more tiki-taka, style plays. The whole game pretty much was you had 15 or 16 passes strung together and you were forward. Like you were in the attacking third. It was unbelievable. Great to watch. And you just know, like, you've seen this now. This needs to be expected much more often. The scoreline, not so much. I don't mind if you were to play like that and win 2-0 or 1-0, that's fine. As long as you're creating the chances, the defensive lapses are to a minimum, and that everybody is playing well together and enjoying it, that's really all you can ask for.
That's it, yeah. Norman is saying when Ring came on, Ofori was moved from the back to the offense. He just floated very nicely into that. We got a couple of comments here for Ofori. Amanda is saying just because the buildup of that goal, that run, the run from Mata, the pass from Maxi was superb, getting it right into the box. David is also saying, loved Ofori's goal. The buildup was amazing. I gotta say, yeah, I mean, that was just, dude, the one-touch finish, I mean, I gotta give that one my fave. That's the one for me.
Yeah, I think so too. Just because of everything that happened leading up to it and including it, it was just, it was really great to see what these guys can do.
Yeah, Roddy is saying that Ofori doesn't look like a 6. I hope Vieira sees that. Ofori maybe after Herrera's spot. That's an interesting little conversation piece there. Certainly possible.
I said that at the beginning of the year.
What's that?
I said that in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
He
listen,
could be possible.
at this point, you play the hot hand. This is your lineup. Run with it,
Yeah.
man. This is the lineup that's getting you results. Stick with it. Don't screw around too much. Of course, you want Alex Ring as that defensive presence there. But if you know that a Forey can give you some offensive depth in the midfield, and you need some fresh legs, and he's somebody you can put on. You know, if you got to take out Herrera, you got to take out Morales. You're not going to take out Ring because you don't touch the ringleader. But
you don't do that.
But if Forey's an option, this just again goes to the depth conversation. Norman is saying that his favorite goal was Burgett because if he missed, he would be on a plane home right now.
Yeah.
Paul mentioned his socks annoy me though, way too low. How many times have we said that?
The first thing I said when he came up, why is he wearing his socks like that?
Yeah,
looks terrible.
You know who I think wears well, do you remember Breck Shea when he played for Orlando? I don't even know where Breck Shea is right now, but that dude wore his, like, for as tall of a dude as he was, he wore his socks down to his ankles. And I think Joseph Martinez on Atlanta also wears his socks really low. It just looks very strange. It just looks weird.
I guess if everybody did it on the team, it wouldn't look out of place. It just looks out of place because everyone else pulls them up super high.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Dude, we're coming up to the point of the episode where we're gonna have some difficulty, I think, and we really need some help from the comments here because this is gonna be a tough one. Who the hell are we gonna give due to the match to? Because I have no idea. I mean, I have an idea. I certainly have an idea. And I've got some things to back that up. But start putting in the votes right now for due to the match. Let's see those names start popping up, and maybe we can make a case for some of these comments. But dude, you start it because I don't know where we're gonna go here.
Let's be realistic here. You could make a case for a majority of the people on the field last night.
Sure,
you really could. You can make a legitimate argument for each one. That was that good of a game. This is a problem I like having, to be honest with you.
Right?
But for me, I think it was Maxey. I think the fact that he was able to be all over the field on the offensive side, on the defensive side, drawing the penalty, getting the assist, doing
four
everything.
Interceptions, 8 key passes.
I mean, the stats don't lie. And there was so much good that happened yesterday. But for me, to see Maxey play as well as he is playing, and as well as he did play last night, it just means that he's the catalyst for the offense, and that's going to drive it forward. So for me, it's definitely him. His play yesterday was everybody's play was above and beyond, but his stood out, I think, just a little bit more for me.
There's conflicting comments here, dude, in the comment threads here. We got Michael saying Sean Johnson for sure. Steven is saying Chanel for keeping the clean sheet. Roddy is saying Maxey. Uncle Dom is saying total team effort. What's up, Uncle Dom? It's guys, we need more comments here. We need to have a discussion. This is there's too many different names going on here. I need to see more. So please, who's your due to the match? For the love of God, because we're just going to decide if we don't see the comments come through. But dude, I agree with you 100%. Maxey kind of really owned that game last night. It was like that game was almost made for him. Like the play going through him was absolutely incredible. Dude, Lauren is saying Yoinga Burgett, in my honest opinion. Interesting.
Listen, I think he did a lot of good stuff. And I don't, again, one of those people you can make a case for. He had good runs. He had good hold-up play. Was able to create some problems in the box. But a lot of guys did that. Everybody did that equally as well. I'm glad he got his first goal, but I think I might save him for another day when he's the shining star.
Yeah, sure. Amanda is saying I can't just pick one, but I have to support Mata, and I can understand that. Coming off of injury, his first start after coming off of injury, putting up a really good performance for sure.
Yeah.
No, that was his. No, it was his first. Yeah,
that was his first game back.
It's just I can understand that too. I can also make a case for Tajuri Shradi for scoring the game-winning goal. Right? He essentially won the game with that goal. You can make a case for it's hard for me to make a case for Sean Johnson or for Maxime Chanot because we kind of blew them out. I think they could have still put up a goal, and I don't think it would have changed I don't think it would have changed the dynamic of the game because it was so much tipped in NYCFC's favor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's too many. I think we have almost every player that started as a comment so far.
See what I mean? It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable.
Not a bad problem to have, but I think, based upon the fact that you and I are running the show and you and I have the same opinion, Lauren, break out that Google Doc and give Maxi Morales the dude of the match for episode 98. Congratulations to Maxi. He's got to get it, guys. Just smash the like button for Maxi Morales. The dude had a monstrous game. Just start hitting the like button for Maxi. Come on. Or even the heart button. He needs some love. He really does. The whole team did, right? So that, that being said, absolutely stellar. Just you couldn't ask for a better game. We asked for at least a 4 spot. We got it. Now we got to forget about that game and move right along to one of the toughest opponents that we're going to face this season on their home turf. So Atlanta is going to be a difficult match. Going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, seeing those guys play, the fact that they put up 5 goals against LAFC at their home turf last week, they're going to be on something. So we need to absolutely bring our A game. I think this is a game where you see Alex Ring start, you see David Villa start, and everything else around them, you don't freaking change.
Well, so that's going to bring me to my hot take for the evening here. Thinking about it on the drive home, the person who now has to adjust the most for me is David Villa.
Yep.
He really needs to learn how to play with these guys on this offense, and they cannot. This team, the guys on the field last night, whoever's playing with him on Sunday, cannot change the way they've played. You cannot alter your style just for this man.
Nope.
He will find his own space. He will create space for others. You just got to keep playing the game the same exact way you were playing it, because we're going to fall into that trap again of trying to feed him the ball constantly. The pressure's going to build up around him, and nothing's going to happen. You need to let that happen organically. Let him create his own space. He's going to pass the ball. We know he has the ability to create on offense for him and everyone around him. That's not an issue. He will fit in seamlessly as long as the team continues to play the exact same way they were playing yesterday.
That's really good. And Amanda's saying, well said, very good point. Coco is saying, I'd honestly be happy with a draw against Atlanta. We'll talk about that in a second. But just speaking about David Villa, I am 110% fine with David Villa being more of a creator than a finisher. We've now proven that we have had 5, 6 different players score goals at this point now in the season, where he hasn't even been a factor in the match. Now that we know that there's a threat from anybody essentially that's on the field at the same time, I'm okay with David Villa being more of a creator, and because of that, and because of what we've seen over the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks or so, I don't think David Villa is going to have that problem, or I'm sorry, I don't think the players around him are going to have that problem. We definitely had that problem last season, 110%. Second half of last season, if David Villa didn't touch the ball, we did not score goals. I don't think we're going to have that problem. I think he's going to be more of a piece of the puzzle rather than the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, and I think that's really what needs to happen. I would love to see him play up top with Medina and Tajuri Shradi. I think the 3 of those guys up front would be ridiculous. Just the fact that you can interchange and things like that is unbelievable. And I know there's people talking about, you can tinker with the formation a little bit. You can play 2 strikers if you want. With this formation, you really don't have to, because the free-floating offense kind of lends itself to anybody can play attacker at any given point in time. So it really comes down to these 3 guys, if these 3 can gel together, who's going to stop these guys?
Yeah.
If one's not open, the other 2 are going to be available, and they can all create space very, very well. They're all creators and they're all finishers. I mean, you really couldn't ask for better than 3. And for me, Rodney Wallace is an afterthought right now. He's a substitute for later on in the game when one of these guys needs a break. Other than that,
yeah. No,
you got to
definitely not.
keep riding Tajuri Shradi as long as you possibly can because right now he's hot. And if David Villa wants to get hot, he's going to definitely mesh in with these guys. And you can't demand for the ball constantly. You just have to become part of it and go with the flow. And if he does, I mean, he's going to score a great number of goals. He probably won't get, in the mid 20s, but maybe like 17, 18, which is awesome. But his assists are going to go up, and his
Yep.
team is going to win. His team is going to win. He's going to get support that he finally, he never really had.
That's right.
For the most
let
part.
him create. Let him create.
Yeah, just do it.
John is saying, just because you said that, Vieira is going to start Wallace. There's no way. I don't think Shradi is still the hot hand. We got Christian Polanco coming in. What's going on, Christian?
What's up?
Villa might have to be the only one who will have to adjust, but the crux of the attack is looking like Medina and Morales. They're perfect playing together. Fourth goal was created by their great passing. So, yeah, dude, it might take a little bit of adjustment on David Villa's part. But let's be clear. Even without David Villa in the lineup, NYCFC is the most deadly attack in Major League Soccer right now, leading the league with 14 goals, a positive goal differential of 10, leading the league in almost just about all stats. And David Villa has scored one or two? One? There you have it, right? Dude, this is what we asked for. This is what we asked for, and this is what we're getting. I think you're correct, Christian, that Villa might have a little bit of adjusting to do, and going back to one of Roddy's comments, Villa had the lowest who scored rating out of any player on a team, but again, he played 20 minutes. You can't really take that. You got to take that with a big grain of salt. But
again, you look at that. Look at that 15 minutes he played. He had 3 scoring chances.
Yes, he did. Yep.
And if he wasn't pressured and didn't he hit that one on the outside of his boot, which he really had time for.
Oh,
he could have buried it. Yeah, he could have buried that. So for me, if he's going to play 15 minutes and get 3 chances, how many chances is he going to get when he plays 70, 80, 90 minutes? It's going to happen. He's going to get his chances.
We were able to put 26 shots on RSL, most of which without David Villa.
Yeah.
I don't think offense is going to be the issue against Atlanta on Sunday.
I don't think so.
What's going to happen is you need to limit the chances for Atlanta. Defense is going to win this game on Sunday. Now, would I be okay if we walked away with a point on Sunday? Thinking about the circumstances where we have a midweek game where we dominated, we're top of the table, you're going down to Atlanta, one of the hardest places to play, and you come away with a point. Am I okay with that? Yes. Am I going to be gunning for that? 100% no.
No, and I think if anything, if the recent past has anything to do with the future, you cannot go in looking for ties. You can't go in hoping for less points than 3. You have to go in with the mentality that you're going to win.
But again, that there is a result.
Yeah, sure. And you should be fine with that. Everybody should be fine with that. Again, we want them to win. We always want them to win. Obviously, it's a given. But we also understand that there are times where you're going to lose points, and it's better to lose points in a tie than lose all 3 and get a big L in the L column, the loss column. So you don't want to go in with the mentality of we just need a draw to get out of this. No, you want to go in with the winning mentality. But if you do get a draw, it's really not the worst thing in the world. So you've got you got 2 out of 3 going in there. You're like, win is great, a draw is pretty good. A loss is a loss. We don't want that. So let's try to get let's try to go the other way.
Christian is saying NYCFC needs to go for the throat, put some distance between you and Atlanta. So just to give a quick quick standings here. NYCFC sitting on 16 points with 6 matches played. Atlanta sitting on 12 with 5 matches played. So they have a game in hand on us. 3 points for Atlanta is a lot more dangerous than anything at this point. Anything at this point. That's my point. It's dangerous. 3 points from Atlanta is dangerous because they still have a game in hand on us. That'll put them within a point of us. So we got to put some more distance. A draw or a win is going to do that.
Yeah, sure. But again, you want to see yesterday's game was going for the throat 100%. It was constant onslaught on the offense.
Yeah.
Try to do something like that, but just be mindful that you're playing against a team that's much better, that's going to compete a little bit harder, that's not going to give you as much room. So you're going to have to tighten the screws a little bit, but you're going to want to see more of the same play.
Yeah, it's just you're playing a different opponent compared to who we've played so far this season.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is a team that knows how to score goals. They've only scored one less goal than NYCFC has. This is a team that is not used to scoring goals. So especially at home, this is going to be difficult. Listen, they came to NYCFC last year and we beat them 3-1. We went down to Atlanta. They smoked us 3-1. Their 3-1 victory over us seemed a lot more dominating than our 3-1 over them. So yeah. I think their crowd is going to be in full force that game. So we definitely need to be as well. Dude, Frankie's here. What's up, dude?
Frankie.
He's saying howdy. John is saying not only for the current season but for a CONCACAF Champions League spot.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
It's I personally want NYCFC to focus on this season. I'm going to say this now in episode 98. This is at minimum, supporter shield contending squad in the current form that they're in. Now, are they going to be able to keep this form? Are they going to be able to keep this form for 34 matches? No. No. Is it possible? That'd be awesome.
Sure.
But if they keep this form for 80% of the season, 75% of the season, you're a supporter shield contender and you are an MLS Cup contender. This is the truth.
Yeah, listen, it's even at the 75%, 80%, as long as you can do it for stretches where you can string points together and kind of leapfrog teams at times, that's what it's going to come down to.
Yep.
It's a streaky type of thing.
Yep, absolutely. So let's keep the streak alive. Let's keep the unbeaten streak alive. Let's make it through 7. Let's smash the records. Roddy is saying, honestly, if we play like Houston did against Atlanta, we'll do just fine. Frankie is saying 60% of the season it works. Every season. Dynamite drop in there, Frank. He said he's literally 10 feet above you, which is kind of creepy. That's really funny. Guys, before we wrap up this show, because we're coming up on time here, real quick, we obviously loved Birgit and Tajori's goal this past game last night against RSL. So I think this is correct, dude. Until Sunday's game, we got the Tajori sauce and the Fear the Beard shirt that Anthony is wearing right now. They are both on sale for $11. Fear the Beard. Yeah. I'm going to throw up. We got the Tajori sauce right there. Check it out. The Tajori sauce over there. We got that. It's $11. And then the Fear the Beard is also $11 at the Dudes in Blue store. Go check it out. Just go to dudesinblue.com. Check out the shop. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for all of you that came up to us in the game yesterday. Thank you for being a part of the View from the Blue vlog. Dude, those are so much fun to put together. I love those.
Yeah, that was a blast.
So we want to do those. We really want to try to do those every home game, and we've pretty much got 100% record so far. We're gonna keep going. But yeah, so just check out the shop if you guys like that. We gave out some stickers yesterday at the game. We got some stickers going in the mail for some of the fans last week. Here's what we're gonna do. How about we do this? Throw up a comment if you want the chance to win 3 Dudes in Blue stickers. Let us know. What do you want them to tell us?
Let's go. Why don't we try to get score predictions?
All right, put up your score prediction. Put up your score prediction. Put up your score prediction, and we'll pick one person at random to win 3 Dudes in Blue stickers. We'll drop them in the mail to you tomorrow. Actually, we're sending out a bunch tomorrow. So give us your score predictions for NYCFC versus Atlanta United this Sunday right now in the comments.
Let's hear them.
Let's see those comments start to wrap up, and we'll send out a sticker to one lucky comment. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us here. This has been awesome. Episode 98. I know it's a Thursday night. It's kind of weird. It's nice that it's not. It's nice to know that we can do this on a Thursday and still get you guys to come on and spend some time with us. So we really do appreciate it. Yeah. So this is really funny, dude. My mom is in here. She says, "Joseph, this is your mother, and I deserve a sticker." We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move. Well, she didn't put in a score prediction, so she's not eligible to win. So,
Oh my goodness.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So here come the score predictions. A lot of things. Coco's still going with a draw. That's okay. That's okay. She's conservative optimism. I like that. Franco says making Thursdays great again. Guys, make sure to give us the follow. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Dudes in Blue. You get a bunch of stuff, a bunch of goodies there. Great. My mother put up a freaking score prediction now. So she's in the running. Here we go. So I'm just going to pick somebody totally at random here. We got it going. And who's this? Norman Gersman, you are going to win a few Dudes in Blue stickers. Send us a DM with your name and address. We got your name. Send us your mailing address, and we'll make sure to get those out in the mail for you tomorrow. He's saying 2-1 NYC. I'd be happy with that.
That'd be good. That to me would be a really good game to watch.
Down there?
With that scoreline, yeah, that would be a really good game to watch.
Hell yeah, absolutely. So, guys, make sure to check out the shop again. The Tajori sauce and the Fear the Beard, both on sale for $11. It's a freaking $11 shirt with the Viking beard and helmet on it. Come on.
This is glorious. Look how it's like, glorious. And it's actually pretty. It's like pretty close to what a guy's beard actually looks like.
It certainly is. Check that out. Make sure to check out some of the articles that Anthony Merced, our newest Dudes in Blue contributor, is putting on there. Really, really good stuff. We got game recaps, previews. He's doing such a good job. We really do appreciate him. So make sure to give him the follow as well. And dude, so we'll be right back here Monday night, 8 p.m. And going over that Sunday night matchup. That's gonna be a good show. So I hope to see a lot of you guys there. Thank you guys again. Leave us the review on iTunes if you like the podcast, and if you like the live show. Facebook reviews are always welcome. We really do appreciate your feedback and really do appreciate the time that you guys spend with us each and every week. We're starting to get to know some of you really, really well. So it's really freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's probably the best part of this whole thing. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. Getting to connect with everybody and putting, voices to faces and things like that, and just being recognized by people that you haven't really got a chance to meet face to face. Where we're growing this tight little community, and it's pretty fun. It's nice to be able to talk about this, because I don't know about you, dude, but when I'm at work and stuff, there's not too many NYCFC or soccer fans in general, so.
Yep.
I've kind of like bottled it all up until I get here, and I'm able to share it with everybody and get everybody's opinion at once, and it's organized. Nobody's yelling at me. It's not, things aren't being thrown at anybody. And it's really fun. I really enjoy this. I love putting out the content. I love making the content. But most of all, I love the relationships that are forming with everybody, where we're all, we're all in this just trying to get some news, some ideas, some fun. It's all one big happy family.
Oh Jesus! You went sappy on me. You went sappy on me in '98.
I'm sorry. I should have saved it for 100.
You should have saved it for the 100th. Guys, thanks so much for spending time with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoy your Friday and your weekend. Have a good match on Sunday. For those of you traveling, travel safe down to Atlanta. And make sure to bring us back 3 points, please. I beg of you. Hit up the Dudes in Blue shop, dudesinblue.com. Thank you guys for an awesome episode 98, and we'll see you guys on Monday night. Until then, stay blue.